Ciao ragazzi, my name is Anthony and you are watching Inter Worldwide. I am joined by two of the realists and two of the regulars. It is Bruno. How are you, my friend?
Good, mate. Always a pleasure and always good to be talking to you after a 6-0 winner.
Oh, man, fantastic stuff. And Mo, how are you, bro? It's great to hear from you again.
I'm great, man. Welcome everybody to Inter Worldwide, wherever you are in the world.
Fantastic. We're gonna jump right into it today because we're looking to cover a fair bit of stuff in like a very short time frame. Big up to the first 5 people that clicked the video straight away. I always appreciate it every single time. And you know, when you beat Crotone 6-0, oh well, yeah, if not, Biggie was here before the video even started, so it's good to acknowledge you, my friend. Welcome back to the video. Crotone 0. Once again, Benjamin, he sent us a message earlier on Facebook going, when is this starting? I need something during lockdown to keep me occupied. That made me feel even better, man, that premeditated hype. We're going straight into Crotone 6-0. It was good. It was good. Are we all hopping on the Satriano train? I'm not too sure, but we'll talk about that a little bit more in depth. But I wanted to go to Mo first for a bit more of a tactical analysis on Inzaghi's style of play and what we've basically changed up from Conte as well. Because I know he is confident. I know some other people are confident as well. And I love seeing 12 people already in this video, double digits early. Doing well. Mo, take it away.
Inzaghi direct, not holding the ball too much, going to the sides, not relying on the forward, maybe because Lukaku did not start the first half. But I loved how players played like they have been playing together forever under this coach. Everybody understood the rule. Kolarov understood where to go. Brozovic played like he never stopped. Hakan, my Hakan, he played like he has been with us for 10 years. I don't know what to say about this guy other than I did not expect that much. Okay, feed that. It's Crotone only, Serie B side. Very weak, but it was impressive. Tactically, the guy is making everybody do the work, and we're playing from everywhere. Sides, middle, everything is going, man.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. I like the optimism, man. But, you know, as Bruno was just saying before we started, 6 goals. It's always good to win by 6 goals, even if it is a friendly. And the boys looked like they weren't ready to take the foot off the gas at the end. Everybody wanted a piece of the pie, as they say. Bruno, over to you next, man. Who out of the game in Crotone stood out? I know there was a few for me, but I want to hear it from you first.
I think Ari hit the nail on the head. Milan cry. You know, they let Hakan go for free. And to go for free, I think he ended the first half with 2 assists and 1 goal. Ended the game, I think, with 3 assists and 1 goal. And I think in the world we're living in at the moment, look, yeah, this is probably the most intense preseason match we're gonna have. I think because Crotone is we're in the Serie A last season, but at the same time, it's not Arsenal or anything like that. And our preseason cup was thrown into disarray with the exclusion of traveling to America, which is fine. But I just think it's good to see the boys on the pitch. But at the end of the day, this team that beat Crotone 6-0, is it the team we're going to see start the competition? Definitely not. Is it the team we're going to see appear as a starting lineup? Definitely not. And is Crotone out there to, you know, play the best? Definitely not, because they've got to get back into the Serie A. So, yeah, it's good to see these results, but the best results will come match day 1 in the Serie A season when we're actually playing for something and we can see Lautaro start.
All good. There was a horrible echo on your end, but it cut back in. Off you go, man.
Yeah, it's just good to see Lautaro start, Lukaku start, and all of that. You know, and Bastoni return to the squad, Barella. So we're going to see a completely different squad match day 1. And that's the squad I really want to see how Inzaghi pulls through with and how he incorporates it. Now, Hakan, I feel, will slip straight into the squad because of the issue with Eriksen and his ineligibility to play at this current point in time. So we'll just see how it goes. But look, it's always morale boosting when you start when you have a 6-0 result, whether it's in preseason or not.
Yeah, absolutely. Mo, going back to you, man, do you think it's going to hurt Inter come Serie A kickoff time when we're going up against Genoa and we haven't really had a preseason against much quality opposition under our belts? I'm thinking of the ICC championships I saw a couple of years back and every season before that where, but before COVID preseason, you were exposed to a lot more quality football before you took the pitch for the first time. Does that worry you at all, my friend, or not really? Because on an even playing field, Inter's still at the start of the grid for you.
I'm actually a little bit worried about that, but also I remember most of the seasons we do not do really well, and this is all friendly where they play everyone. The players, they don't get 90 minutes. Yes, it's intense, but it's not the same intensity as the league. So I'm a little bit worried, but not that much. As for the friendlies and maybe we're gonna have one, I don't know. There is a lot of time still for the league to start, about 4 weeks from now, or 4 weekends and 3.5 weeks. But we might have a good one or something because they have to organize something. Are we in a disadvantage? I don't think so, because everybody else is. If it's only disadvantage if it's only you. But if everybody starts without strong friendlies, it's not only you, it's everybody else.
I like it, Mo. Well said, man. Big up to the 18 people that are here at the moment. The hype is big on this kid up top, man. It's big. Satriano, the hype is big. My voice is getting louder because it's too much hype, bro. It's a little bit too much hype. But we need a fourth choice striker. And if it's not going to be the likes of Caicedo from Lazio or someone like Keita Balde, then I see no other option but to go for a young product or someone who can fill our UEFA European slot the same way we are looking to do with Federico Dimarco, although I think both of the boys will agree and everyone's saying that we're way beyond just utilizing him for his spot in the youth projected outlook for European squads. He's definitely going to be a starter. He's a starter now. It's as simple as that. He was fantastic today again against Crotone. But this kid Satriano, he's only 20. He's only 20. But then again, I saw someone say today, just remember, he's already 20. He could be more ready than you think. Just because we've just seen him start now doesn't mean the guy's not ready. We've seen Esposito break through at 16. That's colossal difference in footballing years. He still needs time. By the way, Esposito grabbed a goal on debut for Basel, so keep an eye on him this season. He's got our full backing. Pinamonti, he's had his chance at a couple of destinations as well as us, and he just hasn't looked like that player from the start. That's all I've got to say on the topic. I'll go to Bruno first this time. What's your reaction to the Satriano hype, bro? How are you feeling about the kid?
Look, you hit the nail on the head, and we had this hype around Esposito, and everything Esposito. Oh, look at this kid. He's the most, he's coming into the squad. Conte knows exactly what's happening, blah, 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 blah. And we didn't see this type of hunger. Right, we saw a hunger with this Satriano, like he is playing to get into this squad. He is playing to make his first grade appearance in the Serie A this season, and at 187 centimeters tall, with around I think he scored his header. There was 4 or 5 defenders surrounding him, and he still managed to get over the top of them. We've been saying, "Where's Vice Lukaku? Where's Vice Lukaku?" We don't need Vice. We've got Vice Lukaku in our own backyard. Now, Inzaghi isn't known to utilize youth squad players, but I think, look, Ari, I would agree with you in an Esposito case, but Ant hit the nail on the head. This guy's already 20. He's already 20. We take him now. We integrate him into the squad now. You integrate him like you've integrated Barella, Bastoni, long-term projected aspects for this club. Satriano is a player who's not going to leave next year for 60, 70, 80, 90 million like the potential Lukaku poses and Lautaro. But, this guy's hunger is second to none. And Akil hit the nail on the head. He is ahead of Pina, but he's also playing harder than Pina. He's trying harder than Pina, and he has something to prove. Now, you imagine this guy training alongside Lukaku, what we could develop potentially. Lukaku injured last season. Are we champions? No. Lukaku injured this season. With Satriano learning from him, we can still survive. That's how I look at it.
Fair
What do you
enough.
think, Mo?
Well, yeah, let's go over to Mo.
For me, Satriano, I've never seen a player that age come to enter and play with that confidence. The only one who was a little bit close was Gabigol, but he was, to be honest, he doesn't fit Serie A. But because of his body, the way it's shaped and the way he played in Brazil. So, Satriano, as Bruno said, 187 centimeters, is a big guy. This is not a small forward. This guy can dribble, can play header, and I'm just talking based on what I see. The only thing I can see is him in friendlies. And I'm sure that they see him in practice, but the friendlies are the ones that you can judge him on. And I'm looking at him versus Pinamonti. There is no difference. Bruno just said it. The guy puts the effort. Pinamonti doesn't. It's as simple as this. I would keep him. I would loan Pinamonti or sell him or get 10 million to pay 2 years salary for Nandez or something. This is what it is. But this guy, Satriano, 20 million, play him vice Lautaro, play Lautaro, rest Lautaro when he's not shooting on goal like half the season last year, play him instead of Lautaro next to Lukaku. As Bruno said again, as he practices with Lukaku and learn from him and also learn how he plays, we can have another duo that is as good as Lukaku and Lautaro. And who knows, maybe this guy with Lautaro will be the sub for Lukaku if he, God forbid, gets injured. But the guy scores and he's hungry and he has the skills, to be honest.
Yeah, nice one, man. Very well said. All right. Well, seeing as though I'm very excited for Genoa, I can't wait. I feel like I'm not going to be able to wait these next 3.5 weeks for Serie A to start. It's going to be quite sensational, to be honest. In terms of Mercato, it's pretty dry at the moment, as you'd expect it to be. I think it'll pick up in about a week's time. Give it about 7 days, just as you're pushing into the final fortnight of the season. And that's where I think the action's going to really begin. As Mo was starting to allude to just before, the Pinamonti deal, we've got to be able to utilize him for some sort of financial gain here. You've seen a host of clubs linked with him, Empoli, Venezia, Salernitana as well. So, but I think a move to Cagliari would suit him really, really well at the moment, especially since, we've just seemed to got so much to do with them in the background. And like the whole Raja Nainggolan thing, that's got to come to an end. There's no reason why these two clubs can't work it out, and I really do hope that they do. I'm going to go over to Bruno next to talk a little bit about Federico Dimarco and his role next season, because I've been so impressed with him so far. There's 24 people here right now, which puts a smile on my dial. So make sure you like the video, please. Let us know where you are and where you're from. I've got coming from the Forza Inter forums WhatsApp. That's awesome, bro. Paulino, that's really good to hear. Good to hear. Now, Biggie says, me personally, I kind of like Pinamonti. He's today's Ibra Icardi type of player. We can't expect him to be like a Suarez type of player. Correct. He is like an Ibra Icardi type of player with about 100,000th the talent and ability of both of those players. So unfortunately, like it's more brains than ability right there, bro. I like what you're saying in theory, and I agree, but he needs to prove it. And we're looking for a Scudetto here. We're not looking to make top 4 next season. Imagine Dimarco, Bastoni, and Hakan cross from the left side this season. Well, yeah, we got some players that can really swing that ball in. Let's just talk about Dimarco for a second. Bruno, we'll keep it short, but did you expect him to impress this much in the preseason? Me personally, there was a part of me that knew he was ready this preseason because of how he played at Verona. That's why. He was really tinkering on it for Parma, but after the season he had for Hellas Verona, now he's ready, man.
Yeah, look, I think 150%. I thought he was going to play exactly like this. And you hit the nail on the head. He started for Verona. He played phenomenal for Verona. And I called that at the back end of last season. We need to bring Dimarco back. And not just that, it will create, I see a future in this combination between Dimarco and Bastoni. Because we've got the future in Italian defense, and we can integrate Dimarco into that squad as well, into the national team squad. But I just think With Hakimi gone, we can't be switching Damian from one side of the pitch to another. We know Perisic is fantastic, but at the same time, can he last 90 minutes week in and week out? We know that's not going to happen. So to protect Damian and give him that boost he needs, keep him on his side of the pitch, bring Dimarco into the squad. He's proven in the Serie A. He'll be fantastic in, you rest Perisic the week of Champions League and you bring in Dimarco and you're not losing anything on the pitch. But, again, the same point I made with Satriano, the same point I made with Inzaghi. This is pre-season. Will this be replicated in 4 weeks' time when we take on Genoa? We don't know. There is no pressure on the squad. The pressure right now is on Inzaghi. The pressure right now is on Inzaghi and his staff to utilize the time he's been given at this point in time to tweak his team and find out who is starting on that pitch, right? And clearly, Barella, Bastoni, and Lukaku and Martinez are starting because he's got them there and he's not using them. But he's making the team hungry for that starting position, and I absolutely love it. There is a hunger in this team now. Mo mentioned Vice Lautaro, and we've also got Alexis Sanchez, who is our Vice Lautaro from last season. So, we've got the strike power. Let's take advantage of this. I think if Inzaghi is anything to replicate from last season, we'll be able to get out of the groups in this Champions League group stage. Fingers crossed. But Dimarco, I think, will be there. I think we'll be stupid to let him go. And I think Marotta's on the same page. Mo, what do you think of him?
I think Dimarco should start on the left side. Based on what, again, I'm going to quote Bruno here. He said it's only preseason, but this is the only time we can see these players. There's no other way. But are you going to loan a player or sell a player based on preseason, someone that has proven to be very good in Serie A? I think so. I don't think so. But who's going to play on the right? I want to ask Anthony here. Do you think Darmian or D'Ambrosio can be on the right side as starters? I don't think so. This is just my opinion. I think, and I said this before, I don't know how it's going to work, but Inzaghi is known for switching sides for players. Like his right side can play left, his left can play right. He did this with Lazio a lot. But is he going to do this with Perisic? I don't know. The guy has been on the left all his career. But would you play Perisic on the right or start Darmian? Depends on Perisic's form, right? We need a right side. Dimarco I think, is a starter, and Perisic needs to find, if he's going to demand to be a starter, Perisic, maybe he needs to find something else to do on the pitch or find a different club. And there are rumors that Perisic is on the market for the right price. And they are not considering him a fundamental player in the club. I have read this in a lot of places today. And I think they might be bringing a right side and replacing Perisic with that.
Yeah, very well could be. Very well could be. I was actually going to allude to the next transfer market question, but I will answer your question. Do I see Darmian or D'Ambrosio starting on the right? These two can start some games in the season, provided there's a proper right wing back there to start the majority of the games of the season. So no, the long answer to that question is no. Even rotating them with Nandez, I would still be very, very cautious. There was a rumor that was circulating that we could still be in for a right-sided player because Nandez is going to be utilized in 2 or 3 different positions. I don't think that's the case. I really don't think Inter's in for more than 1 or 2 players in between now and the start of next season. And if Satriano if he's going to show this in the next preseason match, which actually is, I'm not too sure when it is. Thanks, Bruno. But even like in preseason training, I'm sure if he starts banging in 3-4 goals in a training session against the 3rd division, 4th division, 5th division side, Inter will have no problems putting it up for the world to see, and the hype will be real. So who knows, man? I think we're looking to save coin. We're looking to save money any way, shape, or form that we can this season. And I think if we can save it on Satriano, that's great. There's 29 people here right now. That's fantastic. Make sure you like the video, please, where you are. And there's also 7 people on Facebook, which is really nice. Let us know where you're from. Share the video as well. I'll get to some comments in a second when I throw it out to one of the boys. Nandez could be coming in. Mo, anybody else besides him? And who do you think as of right now is still on the way out? Did you see what Vidal said this morning? It's not exactly the quotes of someone that would come out that's leaving. He really likes Inter and he wants to say, bro, for 7.5 million a season, that can't happen.
So I'm going to tell you what I read in the reports. And it's Vecino is on Napoli's radar for, he is, Spalletti wants him there. Nainggolan was trying to terminate the contract. There is 800,000. Just 800,000 difference between what he wants and what Inter wants to pay. It's that little. Are we trying to sell him? I don't think anybody will pay a penny for this guy. Anybody will just take him, pay the wage, but nobody will pay any fee for him. Who else is on the market? That's what I read. It's Pinamonti for the right price, or a loan for a good club. Perisic is not untouchable, but they said that Lautaro is untouchable, Skriniar, Bastoni untouchable, Lukaku's untouchable, and De Vrij is untouchable, because there were a lot of rumors in the Netherlands about De Vrij leaving Inter. And they came out and said, he is not, he is one of the untouchables. We already sold the big piece. We already sold the 70 million. We're not going to sell another 40 or 50 million. That's the reports, right? And these are the people out. Vidal, to answer your question, if someone knew that they're on the market, they won't say that publicly, because nobody's going to come asking for him if he just comes out and said, I'm staying. If he knows that Inter is putting him on the market, he wants to get a club. So I don't think he's leaving. I think it's going to be Vecino who's leaving. That's what I think. Bruno, off to you, my man.
Look, I don't think Vidal's leaving, and I said this at the start of last season. If this team wins the Scudetto, there will be a lot of untouchables, and I think Kolarov and Vidal were one of those two of those untouchables, in the sense of they were brought to win this Scudetto. There's a certain obligation to these players. Now, I'm worried because Inzaghi's been using Kolarov, and I just hope that's to fill the void of Bastoni. But at the same time, look, Inter should work to offload some players in the midfield. Yeah, that's true. No, Biggie, 100%, that's true. But you gotta understand that. Back to Indrahari. Yeah, Inter should be working to offload some players in the midfield, but you got to look at our midfield, right? Vidal, who either gets red cards or injuries. Sensi might play 30 minutes a season if the grass isn't wet. And then you've got Gagliardini, who will be coming in and out of the squad. Then there's the uncertainty with Eriksen. And then you got to include Champions League football into this, because now that is one of Inter's priorities. We'll be stupid and naive to think that getting out of the group isn't a priority this season, right? We've done the Scudetto. We now need to excel. So we can't open ourselves up to a hole in our midfield because we've sold too many midfielders. But at the same time, yeah, let Vecino go to Napoli with Spalletti. We do know he played fantastic under Spalletti. Some of his greatest moments were, most of his greatest moments were under Spalletti. But at the end of the day, we got to remember we're a team who is going into Champions League. We're a team who's going into a season where competition is high, and we need to be able to change the game like that. Like for like, some substitutes are fantastic, but sometimes you can't substitute like for like, because at the end of the day, you need to change the game. Now, you would say Barella, Brozovic are solid in that midfield, but who do we see leaving? I don't know. Do you see Vidal leaving? No, I don't. Hakan's there. Sensi's there. Gagliardini's there, right? And then at the same time, what happens if Barella or Brozovic get injured? You got to make those substitutes. But long story short, Vidal, I don't see going. Biggie hit it. The wage is amazing. And then you've got the humble players like Sanchez taking pay cuts. And yeah, Darian, 100%. I have been a big-time fan of Vecino. But at the same time...
I was about to say, bro, look, you've got your vice president for Vecino FC right here, King Darian.
At the same time, who's going to sell the jerseys? Right? I don't see people going out to buy a Vecino jersey. I don't see people going out to buy those types of jersey. I see people buy... You see the Chilean fan base either go Sanchez or Vidal, especially when you're trying to sell a jersey that the public opinion suggests that they're not fans of it. So will Vidal sell the jerseys? I think so. You know, but at the same time, I don't think he's selling enough to cover his wage.
Oh, 100%. Shout out to King Darian for stopping by. Also regulars such as Sal Gentile, Indro Hari. It's great to see you guys back again. How you going, Vitor? It's also nice to see you. And Barat, didn't see you there, but nice to see you again, bro. 33 people in here right now. That is absolutely fantastic. Like the video, let us know where you're from. If it's your first time, welcome to the channel. Just there's nothing else. I'm trying to just talk. There's nothing else. It's the same headlines. But I'll buy the Vecino jersey just to piss Bruno off, bro. As I said, Bruno has stuck by Vecino on air. He has stood by it so long. He said it with his chest. I think if you start Vecino FC, he'll be more than impressed. But just to piss him off, that's funny. So there's a lot that's going to be changing in the world of football. That's for damn sure. We know that too much is going to be changing. We've got the Champions League that's coming in, and I'm going to go over to Bruno to talk about that. I think the draw. Do you know the date of the draw, Bruno, when we're going to find out our Champions League groups?
Yeah, so just brought it up down the bottom there. It is happening August 10th. They're currently... So one of the more pressing stories this morning is that Celtic got knocked out, so they're out of the Champions League. But
who knocked them out?
10th,
Who knocked out Celtic?
Midtjylland or something. I don't know how to pronounce
Yo,
it.
they've got an Aussie player in their team. Did you know that?
Yeah, and Celtic have an Aussie coach.
Yo, that's funny. Yeah,
but yeah,
I thought they drew the first leg. Sorry, off you go.
Bigger and better things. Let's hide this comment and let's look at this amazing artwork to our left. I think it is. That Anthony's just brought up. Anyway. Oh, I'm pointing that way. Can't argue. Yeah. So Mo's on mute, but yeah, look at that. Look at that beauty. We thought our Interworldwide would celebrate our 19th Scudetto by changing and rebranding our logo. What do you think, Ev? I love it. It
looks really good. Oh, this is a big comment. What's up to my boys at the Calcio guys on Twitter? It is awesome to hear from you guys, and you answered a question that I was wondering the last 28 minutes. I wonder if this worked to stream on Twitter. Big up to the Calcio guys. If you guys haven't already, check out their podcast. That's hella funny. It's absolutely awesome, and please follow them on Twitter. You will not regret it. Let's go over to our last few comments, and then we're going to hear from Mo one more time to wrap up what's been a fantastic edition of Inter Worldwide. King Darian says, please don't draw PSG and Man United. Those are two teams that you do want to avoid next season in the Champions League. There are some teams next season in the Champions League that are just stacked to a brick shithouse personnel-wise. United are now classified as one of them, despite their manager. You can't put a manager like that in a Ferrari and expect it to drive well. Some people would beat him in a go-kart, but at the end of the day, look at that lineup now. And then you got the likes of City, Liverpool, Madrid will still be strong. There's 36 people here right now. That's awesome. Make sure you like the video. Let us know where you're from before we slide out. Biggie, is Dumfries willing to push the move? We're not going to put money down. We're not going to put lump sums down, bro. And PSV, they had a decent season last season. They know what they can get for this guy. They know they can get 15 million for Dumfries. He's going to be a last resort. Paulino, once again, thanks for coming over from Forza Inter Forums. Avoid Barcelona or Real. I'm tired of playing them. Could not agree more. And thank you again to the Culture guys. Mo, over to you. Any last words from Inter Worldwide today?
Guys, from Inter Worldwide, I am confident about next season. I was not confident when Conte left. I'm a big Conte fan, as everybody knows that, FC Conte from the beginning of last season, but I'm confident that this team can pull it off. Hakan playing with the guys today gave me confidence that this guy can do us good. This guy can be the X factor for us sometimes, along with Lukaku. And Inzaghi, I trust Inzaghi. The guy can pull off a long run. And maybe I don't trust Suning as much, but it's Inter. We like Inter wherever they are, and we like Inter whatever they do. And this is just our club, and we'll always support them. And the logo, I love it. It's our new logo. It's great, fantastic art. I just love it. Off to you, man.
Thanks, bro. Lukaku, Capocannonieri this season. I think it can happen. I'm in two minds. One mind says Conte got the best football out of this guy that we are ever going to see him produce. My other part of me goes, man, give the guy some credit. He's a unique one in 1,000 specimen beast of an athlete. Chuck this guy into another sport and give him 6 months. He can probably play at a semi-pro level. He's that sort of athlete. I don't know, man. We're going to throw over to Bruno for the last word on that particular topic and to close out the entire video. Off to you, sir.
Lukaku is not a Cristiano Ronaldo. Is not a I don't know who else to compare him to, in the sense of he doesn't just go out there to score goals week in and week out. Lukaku goes out to be the best player he can be. And if that means passing the ball off to Lautaro to get the goal, because Lukaku has a 60% chance of scoring and Lautaro, if he passes it, has a 95% chance, well, he will do that. He won't go for the selfish plays. He is selfless. Will that cost him? 150%, because that's that's the way it is. And to make the next comment that Sal's moved on to, well, is Inzaghi less stubborn to give Radu a chance? I think so. I think Inzaghi's coming to a winning team. Inzaghi's coming to a team where you've got the champions of Italy. Some of the players are the champions of Europe, and you've got some players who are the champions of South Americas, right? So he's got a team that dictates itself at the moment, because how can you tell Martinez you're not starting when he's just become champion of with Argentina? How can you not start Barella and Bastoni? So a lot of this team will be dictated. Spino 150%. Lukaku is a beast. Enough said. My opinion now, and we can screen capture this and bring this back up in 6 to 9 months' time. Was it the Conte effect? And I can't answer that now because we haven't seen him play in the intercolours without Conte there. But my question that I'll be asking in 5 to 9 months' time, was it the Conte effect? Was Lukaku's performances based off the Conte effect? And I guess we will only find out in 6 to 9 months' time.
Hey, one thing. If Inzaghi can bring up 30 plus goals from Ciro Immobile, I think he can do wonders with Lukaku. I know it's a different type of player, but if after what I've seen in when he played other outside Serie A, if Inzaghi can bring like this energy and this scoring opportunities to Lukaku, I think he will do something good.
Very nice. Very nice. I'm hoping for the best. I really am. Guys, from Bruno, Mo, and myself, we will see you very soon. Very, very soon. We promise. Forza Inter Worldwide. Ciao, ragazzi.